Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing issues 698 to issue 700 of the Amazing Spider-Man Dying Wishes story arc Dying Wishes. These three issues. So yeah, for those who haven't read these three issues for whatever reason, I recommend you get them because I'm not gonna say much right now, but I will say it's the ending. It's the last three issues, and it's the last story arc of Amazing Spider-Man. Before it turned into Spectacular Spider-Man. Well, I mean Superior Spider-Man. So yeah, they recently rebooted the Amazing Spider-Man again. I think they're on issue 1 or 2 right now. I don't know if I'm gonna collect that series because for what I don't know. I really didn't like Superior Spider-Man that much. At least some of the issues I read. But besides the point. So yeah, spoiler warning as usual. 10 seconds as usual. For those who haven't read these three issues, the story arc for whatever reason. Um, recommend you get it. As I said before, the last three issues before Amazing Spider-Man turns into Superior Spider-Man. So again, I recommend you get it. So yeah. So 10 seconds as usual. Spoiler warning starting now. Okay, 10 seconds are up as usual. So for those who haven't read the story arc or any of the issues or author of the issues for whatever reason, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair warning because I did. So again, this story arc spans from issue 698. This is the fourth variant cover, the third variant cover. To issue 699. I'm pretty sure this is first printing, and then 700. Also, this is another variant cover. Yeah, I'm gonna do This cover kind of reminds me of the issue 300's cover, because that issue 300 has Venom on it. This one has Dr. Octopus. Just want to throw that out. So yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man issue 698 to 700. Story arc, Dying Wishes. What I think of it, as usual. Quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then narrate. So yeah. Basically, this is the last three issues in Amazing Spider-Man before Peter Parker dies and Dr. Octopus takes over as the Superior Spider-Man. Um, you know, from what I could gather up, because I really don't follow Amazing Spider-Man issue by issue. I'm gonna be honest with you on that. But I do know some of the story arcs and whatever. And I did know that a couple story arcs ago, or maybe a couple issues, or story arcs, but whatever. Doctor Octopus has been ill for a while. Um, Doctor Octopus has been ill for a while. He's sick. He's dying. Hence the name Dying Wishes, or at least part of it. So yeah, basically he makes up this plan to switch bodies with Peter Parker, which works somehow. And now Peter Parker is in Dr. Octopus's body, and Dr. Octopus is in Peter Parker's body. Peter Parker in Dr. Octopus's body manages to contact Rhino, Trapster, or Trickster, whatever his name is, and not Sandman, Hydro Man or something like that. I forget who he is. They're not major characters, major villains to begin with. Also I don't I don't know everything about Amazing Spider-Man, but those who do know it, please correct me down below. So yeah, basically those three villains help out Peter Parker / Dr. Octopus in trying to get back Dr. Octopus who's in Peter Parker's body. Also, as a side plot, you have the government. Well, I wouldn't really say the government, but I guess the government, for lack of better words, because it's not really exactly the government, but whatever. the government basically gathers up all of Peter Parker's friends, families, and co-workers and stuff like that, and puts them all in this safe room or safe house, so that in hopes that nobody would end up hurting them or whatever. Um, yeah, hurting them. Basically, that for the most part does work. For the most part, and basically at the end of the issue, Doctor Octopus in Peter Parker's body realizes that he has to change his life if he wants to continue living. Peter Parker in Doctor Octopus's body says to continue trying to hold up the name of Spider-Man. Um, continue holding up the name of Spider-Man because he can. He should, and it's the right thing to do. And I guess Doctor Octopus had some kind of epiphany. So right after Peter Parker in Doctor Octopus's body dies, Doctor Octopus in Peter Parker's body has an epiphany and becomes the Superior Spider-Man, and after that takes over and Superior Spider-Man #1. Yeah. The storyline made by by Slot, Ramos, Olasba, and Delgado. Yeah, well, Dan Slot, Ramos, Olasba, and Delgado. I don't know who else works on this. Just going off 699, which says here. I don't know if you can see it. I just know the primary one is Dan Slot. The story they made together throughout these 3 issues is unexpected. I mean, it was expected that due to the Marvel Now thing, where they had to reboot all their stories or superhero stories or whatever, that they did have to end this one to make a new Spider-Man series or new Spider-Man series, which is Superior Spider-Man #1. The story arc they ended up going with was really unexpected for long-time comic book readers, long-time Spider-Man lovers, newcomers and whatever. It was really unexpected, and the fact that they went this route, again, is unexpected. The artwork for these issues is pretty amazing, in my opinion. I also want to say that it's kind of funny. I got these 2 first for whatever reason, and then I got this one for whatever reason. So that's why it's taken me such a long time to actually do this review, because I needed 698. Yeah. So I don't know why I ended up getting 699 and 700 first, and then 698. But I'm not really gonna complain. Finally got it. Yeah. The artwork by Dan Slott is amazing. I think he does the artwork or whatever. Besides the point, Dan Slott and the rest of the guys who did this, Delgado, Ramos, and Olasba, they did an amazing job at actually doing carrying out this plot and actually committing to it. Because I remember there being a lot of protests, after it ended, because this one kind of hit me a little bit late. I didn't realize they were actually gonna kill him off. I knew a little bit about it, but when they were doing this story, it was when I was starting to collect comics. So I didn't really think they could go through with it. I remember there being a bunch of protests or something like that, petitions to don't kill off Spider-Man, and the fact that they actually committed to the story arc, and then Spectacular Spider-Man happened, which I heard has some good story arcs, but I have a few of the issues and I really just can't get into it for whatever reason. The fact that they continued into Superior Spider-Man is amazing and good. And I do kind of want to read at least issue 1 of Superior Spider-Man, to see how good it is. To see the aftermath. But that's for another discussion. Again, the artwork and the writing for this issue is amazing. It's pretty well done for the most part. And the plot is interesting. It is intriguing, and again, the fact that they went this route is interesting, and I liked it. Also, there's something in 700 that I really like. After the story arc, after the Amazing Spider-Man ends, the series ends. you have a gallery of all the previous covers of all the other 700 Amazing Spider-Man issues. I believe they're all the first printings, I want to say. I'm going to take it out to show you guys. But that's pretty cool. And, I guess for the last issue, they did have to give us something. And I guess a gallery of all the previous issues is needed for, or is called for. It spans about 4 or 5 pages, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 pages. Actually, no. I was wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. So, that's a lot of pages. It starts with here. Issues 100 to 700 cover gallery. So, yeah. I don't know if you can see all of them. But, you have some pretty iconic covers there. So, yeah. That's the first page. The second page. And the third page. Again, you have some pretty iconic covers. I've seen a few of these. So yeah, I believe this is just the 700 issues. I don't think this includes the annuals. But who knows? The next page. If you can see it. Wait. And then the next page. Okay. Yeah. The few covers here that stick out to me are right here. The Civil War ones. That one's kind of funny. They stick out to me. I mean, those are the most notable ones. I think besides, for those who didn't know what Civil War is, or whatever, for whatever reason, I think those stick out the most. So yeah. Then you have, here are the last 3. Yeah, I have the last 4 issues, basically, which are right here. This is issue 700, but I got the variant cover. So yeah. The fact that they included the cover gallery is amazing and pretty well done. I guess it was kind of called for when you think about it. Let me put this away. So yeah, I mean, overall, this storyline, the plot overall is intriguing enough, and for long-time comic book lovers and Spider-Man lovers, I don't think you'll be that disappointed. I mean, it really just depends how big of Amazing Spider-Man fan you are, or Spider-Man fan you are in general, because some people still hate the idea that they did Spectacular Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man. I mean, they killed him off, and now they're rebooting the series. They're gonna. I think there's a few people boycotting that series. So yeah. What I'm gonna get the first issue of the new series, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I really don't know, honestly. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is actually a pretty great storyline. And I guess it does give a heroic ending to Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, and it does give new light to Dr. Octopus. Seeing him change, from being a man in distress, about to die, to changing his life, doing a complete 180, turning his life around to become this this nice man, this great man that's gonna probably do great things. Again, I think that's have to read more into that in the Superior Spider-Man, but besides the point. The fact that he turned his life around, the character development at the end is very, very well done. And yeah, I mean, there's really few complaints I could give here. Really the few complaints I could give here are nitpickings. Just small little complaints that really nobody really cares about, but whatever. That's all I really have talk about on a rate from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent. I give this an 8.75 out of 10. Again, just a few things off every here and there. But for the most part, this is a great story arc. Gives a heroic ending to the Amazing Spider-Man, and gives a great beginning to Doctor Octopus as the superior Spider-Man. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do comic book reviews, TV show reviews, and movie reviews, so definitely stay tuned for those. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man. Did you like the series? How long have you followed it? And what you think about the story arc? And did you like the fact that he had to die, Spider-Man had to die? And have you read Superior Spider-Man? What are your thoughts on that one? And are you gonna pick up the new Amazing Spider-Man reboot? I don't think I am, but depends how reviews on that are. I may or may not. That one really depends on my opinion. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. So yeah, again, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Comment down below on your thoughts on story, Amazing Spider-Man, and Superior Spider-Man. Besides that, like this video, share on Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.